Okay, now for the guided practice. We're doing the same things we were doing on the notes. We're finding lateral area, total surface area, and volume of each of these figures. Same thing we were doing on the notes. Okay, so we need 4 things to start. We need perimeter of the base, area of the base. Actually, let's write our formulas. That way we remember them. So lateral area is going to be 1/2 perimeter times slant height. Total area, 1/2 perimeter times slant height plus area of the base. And then volume is 1/3 area of the base times our normal height. So if we find those items, then we're good. Let's see what we can do. For perimeter, it doesn't tell us all the sides are different. It just gives us the 8. So we're going to say they're all the same. So 4 times 8 is 32 feet. Area of the base. Well, that's going to be 8 squared because it's a squared. It's a square. It's a squared. So it's going to be 8 squared is 64 feet squared. This time they give us a value from the tip straight down to the middle. That's our actual height. That's what's 10. What they do not give us, though, is slant height. We have to find that. So let's create us a right triangle here that will help us. And on most of your problems today, you'll have to do this to some degree. You'll have to find either the height or the slant height. Get used to it. So yes, this is a right triangle in here. We only went halfway out, so this is going to be a 4. We know this side's 10. We need to find L. So I'll do that here. 10 squared plus 4 squared equals L squared. 10 squared is 100. 4 squared is 16 equals L squared. 100 plus 16 is 116. I take the square root, and it is not a nice square root. So we're just going to leave it as L is the square root of 116. We're just going to leave it like that. We're not going to try to put a decimal or anything. We'll let the calculator give us the decimal later as when we get our final answer. So we have P, we have B, we have H, we have L. We're Gucci. We're good. Let's go. So LA is 1/2. The perimeter is a big old 32. And the L we said was a square root of 116. Aren't you glad you got a calculator? This way you can type this baby in the calculator and be good. So let's see, it's going to say it's 172.32527, but I only need to the nearest 100. So I'm going to look at the 2's what I want to keep. That 5 tells that 2, raise the score, 5 or more. 5 or more, raise the score. So that's going to be 172.33 feet squared. Sorry, feet squared. Okay, so there's that one. Total surface area. I am totally forgetting to write the formulas out. My bad. Let me actually do that now while I'm thinking about it. One half PL. There we go. Now all is right with the world. Okay. Total surface area. It's 1/2 perimeter times slant height plus base. So 1/2 of 32 times the square root of 116 plus our base will be 64. Okay, so you do that, and you get 236.32527. Again, it says round to the nearest hundredth. So I want to keep the 2, or at least the place the 2 is in. I look at the 5, 5 or more, raise the score. So that's going to be 236.33 feet squared. And then for volume, we do 1/3 area of the base times the height. So this is going to be 1/3 area of the base is 64. The height is 10. You calculate that, you'll get 213 point, and then just a bunch of 3s. I want to keep the second decimal place. That 3, well, 4 or less, let it rest. So I just keep it like it is. 213.33 feet cubed now. Okay, so there's number 1. Wasn't that nice of a problem? Had a bunch of decimals, but wasn't terrible. Okay, number 2, we have a square pyramid-shaped building. It's got a slant height of 210 feet. So I'm going to make note of that. Slant height's 210 feet. and a square base with sides of 332. So our perimeter, one side is 332 feet, so 4 times 332 for the perimeter is 1,328 feet. And then we have the area of the base we've got to get. This is going to be a big one because it's 332 squared. That's going to be 110,224 feet squared. But now, what do we not have? We don't have our actual height. So, let's think about this for a second. What did we do on number 1? We had a triangle. We don't have our height. Slant height is 210. For the bottom down here of our triangle, we did half of the side. So half of 332 is 166. That's what we want our triangle to look like. So we need to use this to set up the Pythagorean theorem. Now my longest side is the 210. So I'm going to say h squared plus 166 squared equals 210 squared. So that means h squared plus 27,556 equals 44,100. Subtract them. And we're going to get an h squared of 16,544. Square root it, and let's see if this comes out to a nice square root. I got 128.6234851. 815, whatever. Is that a nice one? No. So we're going to leave h as this nasty square root. Leave it like that. So we've got L, we've got B, we've got P. Now we have this nasty H. Looks like we got all we need for the formulas. So lateral area is 1/2 perimeter times slant height. That's going to be 1/2. The perimeter is 1328. Slant height is 210. Multiply those together and you get 139,440 square feet. So 139,440 feet squared. Now we want the total surface area. So we're going to do 1/2 perimeter times slant height plus area of the base. It's going to be 1/2 1328 times 210 plus the area of our base, which that's a whopping 110,224. Yikers. So if we add all of this together, we're going to get 249,664 feet squared. Pretty big lateral area there. But we haven't seen big yet. We just think we have. Dun, 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 dun. Now for the volume. Volume is 1/3 area of the base times height. So we're going to have 1/3 area of our base was 110,224. Then we do the square root of our we do our height, which is the square root of 16,544. Here's where we really get big. When we multiply these together, our calculator will give us 4725798.09. So you think the other was big? You just hadn't done volume yet. So let's see, let's throw some commas in here. 1, 2, 3, comma. 1, 2, 3, comma. So we're at 4,725,798. Oh, we got to do our decimal. Now I need to look at the decimal. I need the nearest hundred. So that's 2 decimal places. There's one. That 9 says, boy, you better raise the score. That's going to be 0.21 feet cubed. That's a big number. 4 million. Okay, now they give us a square pyramid with an altitude. Altitude means normal height. That's all altitude means. It's just normal height of 24 inches. So height is going to be 24 inches. I'm going to just draw that in here. 24. Slant height is 30. I don't know this distance though. So like if this were a cross section of our triangle, of our square pyramid, I don't know what that is. So that's what I'm going to try to find right quick. I'm going to try to find this distance, which I'll have to multiply by 2 to end up getting the actual side length. Okay, well, we got a right triangle here. 30 is my longest side. So 24 squared plus x squared equals 30 squared. 24 squared is 576. 30 squared is 900. Subtract those. We're going to get x squared is 324. Take the square root. And hey, we get a nice one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Square root of 324 is 18. Hot diggity. I'm going to just draw a line here so we kind of separate these problems. Okay, now let's see what we can work with. So that means this is 18. So if we had our whole side here, that's 18. Total, we're at a 36 side. 36-inch side. Okay, for perimeter, we can do 4 times 36, which gets us 144 inches. Area of the base, oh, that's going to be 36 squared, which is 1,296 inches squared. Slant height, hey, they gave that to us. It's going to be 30 inches. Normal height, they gave that to us too. It's going to be 24 inches. So we have all the pieces we need to do this now. So lateral area, it's going to be 1/2 perimeter times slant height. So 1/2 perimeter is 144. Slant height is 30. 1/2 of 144 times 30. It's going to get you 2,160 inches squared. Then we need total surface area. It's going to be 1/2 perimeter times slant height plus area of the base. So 1/2 perimeter is 144. Slant height's 30. Area of the base is 1,296. So if we put this in the calculator and add it all up, we get 3,456 inches squared. And last but not least, we've got volume. It's going to be 1/3 area of the base times height. So it's going to be 1/3. Our base is 1,296. Our height is 24. Multiply all that, and you get 10,368 inches cubed. So it'll be 10,368 inches cubed. Okay, there's the guided practice. So you have, this assignment's got 8 questions. We've done 3 together. The other questions are pretty much just like what we've been doing. You're going to have to do the Pythagorean Theorem somehow, some way, and then just plug in from there. So if you need help, you know how to reach me. You can email me, send me a message on Remind, etc. Good luck.